be a change again in the sequence of the speakers. So now we will move to Mr. Neil Katahay to talk on the role of the Bureau of Philippine Standards in national quality infrastructure. Mr. Neil Katahay is the current director of the Bureau of Philippine Standards, which is the department under the Department of Trade and Industry in the Philippines. He is also involved in the international collaborations with foreign standards development organizations to benefit the local manufacturing industries and the professional design practice. So let us all welcome Mr. Katahay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Morning. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. So, napakaganda ho ng discussion. Medyo, yun ho yung hinahanap natin. Yung medyo mainit at madamdaming diskusyon tungkol sa standards, regulations, and UI. Yan ho yung hinahanap ko. Kaya mamaya kung tanong mo kayo, pag-uusapan natin yan. Pero before I proceed doon sa aking presentation, i-address ko lang quickly yung tanong ni Sir kanina. May reklamo si Sir sabi niya hindi si Sir, hindi natin nakikita yung regulation ng ibang bansa at hindi tayo nabibigyan ng pagkakaroon ng comment, di ba? Hindi po totoo yun. Katunayan, requirement po yun ng World Trade Organization. Tayo ay nagsusumikap na mag-comply doon. At yung ibang bansa ay ganun din ang notify ho sila. Unfortunately, hindi nakakarating sa atin. Yun yung gap. Yun yung problema at sana yun ang ma-address natin. Kasi lahat ko ng members ng WTO are required to notify their proposed regulations prior to effectivity. 60 days ho yung minimum commenting period. Yun ho yung pagkakataon dapat na nakakarating sa atin na mga stakeholders at nabibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na i-review at mag-provide ng comment before yun mag-take effect. Pero yun ulit, yung gap ay hindi ho nakakarating sa inyo yung mga draft regulations ng ibang bansa para kayo ay mabigyan ng pagkakataon ng comment. So meron ho tayong solusyon doon. Kami ho, yung BPS, nag-iikot actually, hindi pa siguro kayo nakakutan ng invite doon sa EPIC alert system. Magsasubscribe lang ho tayo sa EPIC alert system at makaka-receive na ho tayo ng emails, email alerts. Pwede ninyo i-filter kung ano yung mga industry nyo or products para yun lang yung pumasok sa email addresses nyo. So kung you are very particular with food products, so lahat lang ng notification from all WTO members kapag meron silang regulations, papasok po sa inyo lahat yun yung draft regulations. Yun ho yung requirement ng World Trade Organization. Okay? So let's proceed with the role of the Bureau of Philippine Standards in the national quality infrastructure. So, maiksi lang ho yung aking presentation. Tatlong slides lang ho ito. So, mabilis lang ho. Para mas mahaba ho yung time natin para mag-Q&A. Kami yun ang mas maganda. Kasi mas yun ang gusto ninyong itanong, mas yun ang gusto ninyong malaman, yun ang pag-usapan natin. Okay? Sige, so habang piniprepare, si Ma'am nagtanong din kanina, si Ma'am Madarang, ang concern niya, iba-iba, di ba? Marami kang pinapag-test or pinapa-recognize. So, yun mo yung reality. Yung WTO ay ang objective ko doon, supposedly, ay ma-harmonize yung lahat. Unfortunately, hindi mo yun yung reality. And we need to face that reality na different countries really are trying to implement different regulations hanggang makakalusot. So, dalawa mo yun. Tayo sa side natin nagreklamo as exporter, pero open up yung market, di ba? Yun yung WTO, pero lahat to, ang mga national strategy pa rin naman nila is to protect their own, di ba? And we should do the same. Diba? Ganun lang naman yun eh. Tapos, doon na lang yung magtalo-talo sa negotiations later on. Kung ano ang pwede mong ibigay, ano ang pwede mong i-take. Unfortunately, again, so nabanggit na ni Director Nani kanina, wala tayong national quality policy, di ba? Yun yung mga kulang sa atin eh. So, kompleto yung ating NQI in terms of yung organizational structure kasi may prology, may standards, may accreditation, may conformity assessment. Pero hindi ko in sync yung ating yung ating pag-implement ng ating roles, ng ating responsibilities. Wala pa ba yung ating PowerPoint? Paki-flash lang para okay na para pag-ilan ng isa. So, going back, so yun yung concern natin sa NQI. Kasi hindi ganun ulit, kami sa gobyerno yung may problema. Nabanggit na ko kanina na daming nagde-develop ng standards, di ba? Repository, yung BPS, hindi ko totoo yun. Ang BPS ay National Standards Body, hindi ko kami library. Diba? Kami ho ay nagpo-promulgate na yung standard, industry standard, or other standards developed by other agencies ay gawin natin national standard. So, pagka naging national standard mo yun ho yung pwede natin gawing reference. Nandun din ho, kailangan mag-develop ng standard para gamitin na reference later on muli sa regulations. May concern kanina na yung standard. Paano yun? Bakit voluntary? Totoo yun. Tayo naman ay nagko-comply doon sa polisiya naman ng World Trade Organization. The standards are supposed to be voluntary. Pero nagpapangkaho siya doon sa batas naman natin, Consumer Act. Diba? Kasi sabi naman ng Consumer Act, ay kailangan mag-develop ng standards at gamitin mo yon para i-certify yung mga products, gamitin mo yun na reference later to check yung quality ng products. So, depending ko yun, kung alin mo yung gagamitin natin doon. Pero yung Bureau of Philippine Standards is mas possible, we really subscribe kasi member ko tayo ng WTO rules and policies. Okay? So, mamaya pag-usapan nun natin yan in detail. So, as mentioned, it will be a very quick presentation of the role of the Bureau of Philippine Standards in NQI. So, next slide, please. So, quickly, ito ho, hinugot lang mo namin. Sabi namin, we try to comply with standards as much as possible. So, ito ho ay nasa ISO Conformity Assessment Toolbox. So, makikita ho natin dyan. Ito ho yung double triangle model ng ating NQI. So, yung nasa right side ho natin, nandiyan ho yung pinanggit natin kanina, prology, accreditation, conformity assessment, at saka standards. Pero yung nasa left, mukhang yan ho yung nawawala and hopefully will be addressed by the NQI law kung magtutuloy-tuloy. So, kailangan mag-set ng national quality goals at saka ng national strategy for policy and regulation quality. So, hindi ko patatagalin yung discussion dyan sa slide na yan. So, yung nasa right side, so makikita ko natin, ang common sa lahat, siyempre yung products and services, at yun ang nangangailangan ng national quality infrastructure. So, nandun mo dapat yung standards, yung metrology, at saka conformity assessment. Yung conformity assessment mo, marami mo yun. Inspection, testing, audit, pero ang common denominator mo dun sa lahat ay para ma-maintain yung integrity at saka yung competency ng different conformity assessment bodies, nandun ho yung accreditation. Ulit, sabi ni Sir Nani kanina sa Vietnam, mandatory yung accreditation, pero yung accreditation per se is voluntary din. So unless a particular regulation requires na yung accreditation ng mga laboratories are mandatory. Pero in principle, yung accreditation din ay voluntary, similar to standards. So, voluntary humilot lang hanggat dumating yung pagkakataon na ang isang regulatory authority or government agency requires that a certain standard are mandatory for compliance ng lahat. So, next slide please. So dito, umpisahan mo natin sa standards. Kasi yun ang primary role ng BPS pagdating dito sa NTY is to really promulgate national standards. So, yung BPS po, kami po yung member ng ISO at saka ng IEC. So, yan o yung dalawang international standardization bodies na actively nagpa-participate ng BPS. Marami yung dito sa inyo members o yung different technical committees ng BPS na nagpa-participate din sa international deliberation. So, kung kayo ay interested to participate doon sa mga international deliberation, pwede ko kayong mag-coordinate sa BPS, kayo ay i-nominate po natin sa mga ISO technical committees or IEC technical committees para kayo ay direkta makapag-participate doon sa international deliberation. So, hindi ko tayo mag-react pagka na-promulgate ng ISO yung standards, saka ko tayo mag-review sa mga So, during development, pwede na tayo mag-provide ng comment. So, at the same time, we also entered into Memorandum of Understanding with ASTM at saka UL, yung dalawang American Standards Development Organizations. So, meron din mo kaming active partnership and collaboration when it comes to several ASTM and UL standards. Sa ASTM, in particular, yung karamihan ng construction material standards natin are referencing ASTM. So at the same time, we're also coordinating and cooperating with various regional standards development organizations or other national standards development organizations. So kanina may concern mo tayo sa UK. So we're actively cooperating with BSI, yung British Standards Institute. From time to time, tinitingnan mo namin yung kanilang data center at tinitingnan namin yung kanilang standards, ina-adapt po natin yun na national standards. So, yung France, yung AFNOR, may inadapt din tayong standards galing sa France and other standards development organizations. Ang next, ay makikita ko din yung nandiyan mo yung DOE, GAP at saka DAPCE. Kasi yung tatlong government agencies po na yan, sila ho ay nagde-develop din ng standards at sila ho ay nagpa-recognize na Standards Development Organization ng BPS. So, we recognize different agencies or private entities na nagde-develop ng standards para sila ay mag-subscribe doon sa process ng standards development and later on, yung magiging output nila, yung draft standards nila ay mag-qualify na draft PNS. So, ino-notify natin for comments tapos ipo-promulgate natin ang PNS. So, kung may interested do, mag-coordinate lang mo kayo kung paano kayo ma-recognize as standards development organization. And the rest are just some of the sample standards in our library. Meron mo tayong for 2020, yung ISO 9001 for quality management system, nanotechnology, cybersecurity, different appliances, vape, at saka yung other related products. So sa AI, meron mo tayo, marami na tayong standards dyan. At yung sa baba, yan mo yung mga local products or homegrown standards na ginawa natin. So meron mo tayo sa virgin coconut oil, of course in collaboration with BABS, yung e-vehicle natin or e-jeepney. Meron mo tayo sa dried mango, bamboo, at saka sa fabrics, yung mga tropical fabrics. So, Abel, Iloco. So, marami na tayong standards sa ating data center. Next slide. So, yung buong ginagawa ko ng Bureau of Philippine Standards can be summarized in one slide. So, ito ang tawag ko natin doon, STRACA. Yan o, yung international term pagdating mo sa conformity assessment at saka sa standards. So yung STRACA po is standards, technical regulations, and conformity assessment procedures. So makita ho ninyo, pagdating doon sa standards, ganyan na ho karami yung nandyan sa ating library. 15,832 Philippine National Standards. So, systems, products, services, marami yan. Kung ano yung kailangan ninyo, pwede ko ninyong i-check. At yung lahat ko kanina ng pinakita ni Director Nani sa slides niya, lahat ko yun ay Philippine National Standards. Yung ISO, IEC na pinag-present niya kanina, those are all Philippine National Standards. We adopted yung mga international standards na yun as Philippine National Standards. So we are, I think, more than 80, close to 90% harmonized. Doon sa 15,832 are harmonized to international standards that will supposedly address yung concern kanina ni Ma'am, di ba, na bakit po export ng produkto natin bumabagsak? Baka yun yung tanong, dito yung taga-labs, dito yung taga-BA, pwede natin tingnan yun. Sa BPSO, ang first policy natin, we need not reinvent the wheel, di ba? So kung may international standard na tayo magpakahirap mag-develop, adapt na lang natin yun, di ba? Para yun na ang gamitin ng natin, ng local industry. Huwag na tayong aksaya ng panahon para yun ay pag-usapan, mag-deliberate, etc. etc. Pinag-usapan na ho natin yun sa international setting, ay transparent din ho yung process, kaya lalo na kung ISO or IEC standards ho yun. So ina-adapt na lang ho namin yun in toto. Of course, ang ano doon, ang kulakilya, later on, if a particular government agency will use that particular standard as reference in a regulation or in a technical regulation, it will undergo a review process para pwedeng piliin ngayon ng regulator at saka ng local industry. Baka meron dyan mga hindi applicable sa atin, di ba? Kaya siyempre, yung international standards, baka sa Europe, iba ano nila, di ba? Iba ang requirement nila sa taste, mga ganon. So pwede ko tayo mag-debate, pero kailangan linawin mo natin. Pero ulit, i-reference na ho natin yung international standards din sa mga regulations. Ang tawag ko doon ay good regulatory practice. Kapag tayo ay nagsasubscribe sa international standard at ginagamit natin na reference yung mga international standards na yon sa ating regulation, ikaw ho ay nagpa-practice or nagsasubscribe doon sa good regulatory practices na sinasabi ng WTO. And in Bureau of Philippine Standards, we subscribe to good regulatory practices. So yun yung standards, ang kasunod nun, technical regulation. So yung Bureau of Philippine Standards ay nag-regulate din ho, nag-i-issue din ho ng regulation. And currently, I think we issued today 29 technical regulations covering 111 products. So yung lahat ho ng regulations na yon ay nag-undergo ho ng process, consultation process. Nagsasubscribe ho kami doon sa WTO na nino-notify namin yung WTO subject to 60-day commenting period ng other WTO member countries. So lahat ho yun ay nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na i-review yung draft at magsumite ng kanilang comments or opposition, di ba? Kung kailangan. Pino-question mo nila yun. So part ho yan ng good regulatory practices ulit. Yung transparency requirement. So we have 111 products. Yun ay mga products, either mechanical products, mechanical or construction products, electrical products, and chemical products. So, of course, for food, at saka drugs, ay iba akong agency yung mayroong mandato ko doon. Yung FDA ko at saka yung DEA. Kaya hindi ko tayo masyadong madalas makapag-interact kasi kami, ang traditional client ng BPS ay yung mga products na covered namin pagdating doon sa regulations. But we encourage other government agencies to also practice yung good regulatory practices. So, ang next, yung conformity assessment procedures, we also conduct product testing, product inspection, product audit, or company audit. So, currently, yung Bureau of Philippine Standards recognizes third-party or private conformity assessment bodies, inspection bodies, auditing bodies, testing laboratories. Kasi hindi ho kaya ng gobyerno, hindi ho namin kaya sa BPS. Ang plantilla ho ng BPS, 58. Ano ho ang gagawin namin doon pag-audit ng mga factories, hindi ho namin kaya. Last year, 143 yung total manpower complement ng Bureau of Philippine Standards. So kahit pa paano nakatulong. May extra funds para mag-hire ng mga service providers or contract of service. So nang lumit yung budget, ang current namin is 99. So 58 yung plantilla, 99 yung total manpower complement. The rest are service providers or contracted services. So mahirap po. Kaya we really need to engage the private companies or third-party conformity assessment bodies. At kung makikita ninyo, ang total manpower complement ng third-party conformity assessment bodies providing services for BPS is 690. Medyo napadali yung trabaho ng gobyerno. So, hindi na ho kailangan BPS sa magpunta ng planta. Ang nagpupunta na ho doon ay either TUB Rhineland, SGS, TUB Sud, Intertech, at saka yung iba pa mga local conformity assessment bodies. So, meron mo tayong, nandiyan mo yung distribution, sa NCR ho, Region 3, Region 4A, Region 7, Region 11. Kung mapapansin ho niyo, ay yan ho yung mga regions na merong malalaking ports. Kasi yun ho, basically, although yung ating topic supposedly ay export, yung BPS hindi masyadong malakas pagdating dun sa certification ng export products. Kami ho ay more on imported products. Kasi electrical products, medyo bihira ho yung export natin doon. So malaki ho yung export, pero Texas Instrument, hindi ho natin covered yun. So, and construction materials, marami din mo tayo doon certified. Ang kagandahan naman mo doon ay very strong ho yung ating local industry pagdating sa construction materials. Kasi marami tayong planta ng semento, marami na tayong planta ng steel bars. So, yung nirereklamo natin kanina sa ibang bansa, ay yun din mo yung ginagawa natin. Mahigpit ho tayo sa importation ng mga ganong produkto. So, yun ho yung key doon eh. So later on, hopefully, pagka naayos natin yung NQI, ay yung different regulatory agencies umupo at mag-strategize. Yun. Dapat meron tayong national quality strategy. Kasi, nag-uusap-usap internationally, di ba? Kanina binanggit ni Sir Nani, MRA, Mutual Recognition Arrangement, di ba? Signatory tayo dun sa mga different agreements na ang objective ho ng mga agreements na yon ay yung mutual recognition ng conformity assessment results to minimize yung cost, yung ease of doing business. Yun ho yung ultimate objective. Para pagka tinest na dito yung produkto nyo, hindi na test sa UK kung doon nyo export. So yun ho yung objective nun. Pero nagkakaproblema mo tayo, nagrereklamo mo tayo doon. Dito, dalawa, kanina yung nakikita kong concern. Una, walang infrastructure, walang laboratory. Ang reklamo nyo, isa yung recognized monopoly. Di ba? So, monopoly kasi siya pa lang yung capable, siya pa lang yung nag-submit dun sa process. So, ganun din dati sa BPS. So, mangilan-ilan lang ho dati yung mga laboratories na yan. Pero we need to create opportunities. Kasi kung mag-i-encourage tayo ng investor, di ba, ng private companies to invest on a laboratory, ay hindi ho biro mag-put up ng laboratory, di ba? Mag-i-invest ka. Siyempre, ang tanong doon, may ano ba yan? May potential for income ba yan? Kailangan mag-create ka ng need. So, i-analyze yun ng mag-invest kung may ano naman, may demand, o di may magpupunta ako ng facility. Wala bang mag-i-invest sa laboratory kung wala akong magpapatest. Siguro yun yung mga kailangan pag-usapan. Pero sa BPS, I think in 3 years period ay lumobo ho yung mga laboratories kasi nakita ko nila meron no demand. So, kasi yung quality consciousness pagdating dun sa products that we regulate medyo tumaas. So, nag-higpit tayo dun sa regulations natin sa different products covered by the Bureau of Philippine Standards. And of course, I would also like to take this opportunity to promote yung ating portal, yung BPS, hopefully soon will be operating fully online. So meron mo kaming one BPS, ang website ko ng standardsph.bpi.gov.ph. So doon na ho tayo gagawa ng standards development. So online na ho yung submission ng comments. Online na ho yung labas ng mga draft standards, notify, kayo ho ay magsasubscribe lang and you can submit your comments at virtual or online. Pag may mga concerns kayo, may chatbot ho yun, doon nilang ho ipasa sa BPS at meron ho sasagot. So we will launch yung ating website soon after we finalize everything. Okay. So, I think that's it for the Bureau of Philippine Standards. So, yung sa eating alert system I mentioned earlier, we will try to coordinate again with DA at DOH to invite yung stakeholders. But we will also try to secure your contact information, ma'am, para pag nag-organize kami ng workshop or seminar dun sa eating alert system, we will invite you, sila sir, para lang masigurado na makarating sa inyo yung mga alerts, notification ng iba-ibang bansa na of interest sa inyo. Okay, so with that, I think we can proceed with the
Sir,
question and answer.
isa-say muna natin yung question.
Sige, okay.